Welcome back to my channel. Uh, Thank you for watching, and today we will continue with the creation of the traditional pinball mod. And today we actually going to start doing the bumper section, and we are doing the mission and start. That's our progress. And then I will do a little recap what we did here real quick. And yeah, if you just watching this for the first time, I recommend to start watching the videos from the part one and to understand what we are doing. And let's go start to get a little recap about. So we actually call for attack lock ball check when we get over here on the attack event, and everything's still the same that we did in the last video. The only thing I changed is this part here, because when if we got this activate, we want to continue to keep the setting that it has for that. And if it's continue playing that game, but if it's not, it will uh, basically start over on the progress if you lose the ball for attack. And because we are not tracking the the attack, we just tracking if we start the mode, we will have this active. So basically that's the only thing. And the other thing is right here. So if we start active the attack mode, now we will uh, call the event, and then we continue to do this because we start resetting again the attack. Okay, so yeah, all right, so that's what's basically our last video. Now today we gonna get focused on the next one, but first I wanted to do some I want to show you guys something that I work off the camera, because it's it's something that is working in Photoshop, and I do it really quick. And if you know Photoshop, it's really it's it's very standard to understand. If you know, you will watch video out there and you will see how work Photoshop. But I already work with the widget, what we gonna do on this mod when we get part of the widget, because as you see, this is our next step widget show. And when we done with these two missions, we're gonna start doing the widgets. So I already uh, made what it will show when we start this mode, so the player can track how many ball can have lock for targets, how many the spinner charge percentage. And we will also show the right one, the left, right. And over here in destruction, it's basically the multiplier. So we're gonna have here the percentage of the multiplier in the structure. That's that we're gonna do today, and how many times he's been doing this turn. So basically, if you do, that's if you read destruction right here, bumper will destroy the city percenter. And then from that left orbit, so basically from right here, we got this percentage right here, and we're gonna have start destroying this up to 0. And then when we get one cycle, we're gonna multiply all the points of the play field. So basically it's gonna be all the bumpers, target, ramps, and scoop. It will multiply the point when you hit any of those. So that's it's gonna show here times one, times two, times three, times four. And we're gonna put it, we're gonna leave it up to the player skill can get. So, and then over here we got the missing penalties. That's the next one what we gonna do after doing this. And that one is for how many hit combination left you have to get the penalty. So you can track it there. And over here is the attack locking ball. That's the one we just talked. so the player can continue watching how many luck have left if he lose the ball and he continue next ball, so you can kind of track what you're doing in your game. So without further ado, now we're gonna start with the bumper. So basically, we need something that track our percentage, and then we need also something that the player can recap for the percentage, and also to how many time he's been doing. So we got already done some in here for the bumpers. So we just got one, and we're gonna need another one for basically the percenter. So we wanna keep the track, because I was thinking that we gonna do that percenter quite hard to get. Like you probably had to hit it 100 times the bumpers, and you got 5 bumpers. So if you keep that ball over there, it will take time to kill that 100%, and that's what I plan to do. So right now we got it here, bumpers, and let's multiply these. Let's get another one here for players, and this is gonna be bumpers per center. So we can, I don't know if I can go symbol, if allow me, probably. Yeah, it does. So that's gonna be here, and then we also need each player per center. So let's multiply this. Let's duplicate this, and then just write per center, and like that we just go and do that out of the way. Get another one per center. Okay, and then another one player 3. That the next one, player 3. Yep. So oh, I didn't change it. Per center, and then player 4. Oh, what happened? Just came down here. Okay, let's do percenter here. And now the last player is 4. Toot. Player 4. Percenter. There you go. Percent. And that will go. So we got player 1 bumpers and player 1 percent. Let's go here. So like that we can keep the progress for each player. And now this is gonna be fun, because we're gonna copy everything that we have on game event mode. This is my first code that I did for the machine. That it's I call it now home edition mode. If you see my gameplay on and live stream, I do some of those, and you will see that we got a demolition mode, or demolition. I call it demolition mission, and basically we got what we need over here. That is actually this part of our code that's called, I call it display percentage progress for mission 3, because we count 0, so it's gonna be mission 4, the last mission. And then basically we will need all these exactly that we see here, and I'm gonna go through when I copy it. Let's copy it this way, because I don't know, sometimes my copy is not working, and paste here. There you go. And the way this will work is uh this part here, it's this here, it's a sequence that whatever percenter we got here, that it will get in a bar that it's on the widget here, and that's where we're gonna work with after. So we need this two. So one is for if we're gonna do our percentage, but I don't think we're gonna do a bar. We're just gonna do the percenter show, and then this is here for the number of the percentage. So it will do uh, uh, what is called a letter. So it will show a letter. So whatever number is, it will show a letter. So we're gonna need one of these that we had to create on the widget lately, but I will not work with this part up till we get to the widget and we can change it, because we had to do some process on the widget. We had to prepare the widget to our mode, and then so when we get here, we set the letter of what percent, how many percent that it will go here, and then we will set here the number. Uh, well, just this is going to be the lead, and then what this is does is start setting the time, how many this light it will blink. So you will see this is blink red, orange, and yellow, and if the percentage is greater than 0.10%, it will blink here, and so on, so on, so on. So if we 100%, one represent 100%, so basically it will light all four lights. That if we see here on my spreadsheet, all these four lights are, oh, cancer. So it's from 16, 17, 18, and 19 are my percentage lights. That actually is right here. This is my percentage light that I got here, and that if you see is right there, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So you can see it's A3, A3, A3. This is the make starts auto saving. Is the main controller 3, or Arduino 3, and that's what is where that's go. Okay, so let's wait to this autosave go. I miss it. And come on. 10 years later. There you go. 100%. All right. So now, so basically we need to call these. So we're going to need add a custom event, that because we are running time, so we need ticks every second, and then we can blink 0.5 25 second, or we can check whatever the hell the blink we want. But right now this is gonna be our timer, so let's call it bumpers. uh oh, let's start with T, so we know T bumper timer, and that will require a time event, and this will trigger this. So let's put it right there. This will trigger this, and actually, because this is something that will be running all the time, we can just use if we turn off the spring the spinner. Well, you know what, it will not do it. It will replace it. So let's create a new one now that I'm thinking about it, and just call it the same bumpers, or T bumpers timer close. Let's put it close so we know it's close. Now we need to trigger the new event here and call the sequence. So we need to do create up add custom event, and we're gonna call this T bumper bumper sequence. That's our sequence that we will call right here as soon we start. So we can move this here because that will start all the time, and we can call here T bumpers, and just wait to search T bumper sequence, and there you go. Now that go there, start how many seconds we need. So let's say that tick every second, and every second this is create a delay here for every 0.5 second. So I don't need this anymore. I think that every second, well, it had to be probably 0.5 second here, just to keep the flow. To blink every 0.5, blink on 0.5 sec, 0.25 and off 0.25. So it's gonna blink like this, super fast. And then and yeah, and it will blink if all full, all four is gonna be green, and then if we got 90%, the 19 light, which is the one that is 100%, it will be yellow, and the other one's green. And then when we are 80%, the 100% light will be red, and then the other one is gonna be uh green. And then when we get 70%, we will get this one off and the other yellow, and so on up to get here. So basically we got all the sequence. Now we need to change these, because where we gonna track the percenter, it's with the bumper players bumpers percentage. That it's our percentage that will be tracking accordingly the that what we're gonna put in the widget. And then we had to do some uh, add more sequence here, because we need to do a couple things. So this is gonna be the last thing that we do. First thing that we want to do is check the condition. Second thing we want to do is actually track the players percentage. So every time that the bumper hit, we change the number of the bumpers, and we add the bumpers to the players, basically. So something that had to be probably tracked. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this 0.2 seconds so the tick is faster, and then over here for the lights, just get a delay, make it slower. And then the other one, we got the better tick for so let's do a delay, and this one can be 0.5 seconds. So we got the light process to blinking more fast. And then if we want to get the blinking slower, we can say 1 second and 0.5 here, so it will divide on and off, because this is control the timing delay of turn off the light on blinking. So basically I can do whatever I want. And now so we got this active all the time on the game progress. So we need to do a very similar thing that we got on targets here, or spinner. The spinner, so you see here, got the progress per player. It's actually, well, actually with the targets, I think it's right here, what we did here. So what we did here, it's checking players and then add whatever is here to each player drop. So we need to do the similar thing to whatever we got on the on the percentage. So let's go back here, copy this, and we're gonna replace that with our whatever we need. Copy here. So we need to put this here. So this is gonna be the main percentage. And yeah, it's yelling because it don't like the this is integer, and we put in a float. So it's gonna be like, no, I don't do that. This is 3, this is 2, and but that's no matter, because Unreal Engine tell you something's wrong, and you just delete it. There you go. So I replace the bumpers. So every time that if the player is playing, it will update whatever we got here to the player and the player will save it. That's one thing. And the other thing that we need here is the one that we did at the beginning. We need this here. Oh, we need to change this actually. Because now that this one is gonna be integer. Yes. Yes. So we're gonna look. So now that I'm changing, it detect that I'm been using that, and like here, for example, and it will search where I use it, and it tell me here, hey, it's here and it's here. Do you want to take a look? So we're gonna there, and that's what it say. Hey, oh, let me put this here, and then we say, yeah, you change it. So and it's conflicting with this. And that's fine because we're gonna do it to this one. And I can say do nothing or do something. So let's change it. Here is, and that's what happened. There you go. Now I delete it. And that's basically what we're gonna change anyway. Yeah, because we need the integer and we need the percentage. So all these have to be integer, change, integer, change, integer. There you go, change. So all that will be integer. And now we have to go back over there and fix that because we don't be using that very well. Very much nothing. Right here it changed. Now we got bumper player 2 and bumper player 3, bumper player 4. And this is gonna be according with bumpers players here. Whatever this is. So this is gonna be update all players. And then we update this here. And then our tweak over there, it will update. So basically we update the percent of the bumpers and we update this to the players. That means that we need to set up how many from the beginning, how many percent we're going to start everything. And that will be right here on the top. When we start the game, we will say set what is it right here? Set this to 0 in the beginning of the ball and set this the percentage to 1 to 1. So this is 100%. So we will start with 100 of the bumper, and then basically we will get this process here. So if this is 100, we had to also set this one just in the beginning for the player 1. Went too fast. Right here, player 1, percentage, and we can just do the same thing, whatever is here. So whatever percentage we put here, it will be here the same. So that's it. And player per 1. 0. So because we are setting the player 1, this is going to be our configuration for the player 1. When we start the game, we configure that, and we start over here, and then we tick in here every 0.2 second as well. I think we're going to do a little slower time here. So if we are doing something faster, we will not interrupt our sequence like this one. So basically, first thing we do is to update the players as we are changing the values. Second, it's the condition. So we need to do if this is 0. So it's going to be simple. We have to do if this is equal or less than 0, what we want to do. This is our condition. So every time this is updated here, this is going to be changed by the bumpers that we're going to get to it a little bit. And now what we want to do when it's 0, so simple at this. We want to take the bumper right here, bumper per players. We want to get this, and we want to, if it's true, we want to put, oh, no, that's not what I meant. We want to get +1. And now that I remember, this value had to be 1 in the beginning, because if it's 0, then you do like 1, and then you start from 1, you just did nothing. So I remember now that this value had to be 1, and this value had to be 1 on the beginning of the game. So when you start the game, you see a 1 here, time 1, and then percentage is 100%. So when you get this to 0, you get time 2. That's what this had to be 1. Okay, so we got that. We also got the sequence, but if we do this, this is never gonna die. So we have to set this 200% back again. So one of the things that if we true, we can do it first. So for the first tick, just it change it right away. So first update, second, how much percent is if it's less than 0. You know what? Boom, set to 101 again. Set one, whatever player has to 1. And that will be back again the next sequence to be updated from here to here. And that will be show for the next one. And then that's it. We basically did the command for reset this, because if this is 100%, it will start changing the light by itself. And this is the sound when it talk about how many percent you got left and what you're doing. So yeah, I think that's part, it's quite good. Let me review. If we do that, we start blinking. We're gonna check this after. We're gonna delete this because we don't need it. We just need the value. We have to change this for the new one we're gonna make. And then we also got the value here for our bumpers per center. And also we got the value of our bumpers players. So this is what we're gonna look on the widget. And every time that we got that destroy, we got that. Okay, perfect. So now we go to the next step, which is oh, we got 2 things to do left. So we need to do the bumper and callouts, and then we have to do the multipliers, the action of each point. So right here you see that we got for each time that we hit the bumper, we got this sequence, and this is happen every time that if So when you hit this bumper, if it's not extra civil, what I do, if it's extra civil, it will do the extra civil sequence. If it's not extra civil, it will do this once and it will give you 1,200 points. It will do a machine gun sequence, sound, sorry, and then it will blink for a second, for 5 seconds, and it goes back to reset, and that's it. So basically, then we have to do something to multiply this. Okay, but first we need to increase or eliminate some percentage. So basically what we need to do is do another for each one. So we're gonna do a little collapse place, but first thing we're gonna get the bumpers here, and we're gonna get one to set, and we're gonna set this minus float. So we got 100, and we wanna, for each time we're gonna get minus 0.00000. No, I'm just kidding. 0.1. I think 3 decimal is good. 4 decimal is not. No, let's get 3 decimal. So minus 0.1. So basically each hit it will be like 1%. Let's try that. If it's too fast, we can increase it. If it's too slow, we can go 1 decimal less, and so on. But let's start that. This is our sequence, and it's very simple. The only thing we had to do is we had to do it once, and we gonna do this every time once, and we're gonna do a delay of 0.2 so the ball don't get the switch don't get crazy on us, and can I get this super fast? So it's gonna be one hit, and if you do this, I mean, the 0.2 seconds is almost nothing in the eye. You can barely see it, so it's way fast. And now this is our basically our sequence for the bumpers. Every time that the bumpers get hit, it will eliminate 0.5. Super easy, super uh, basic. So let's put this a nude, and now we got here bumpers percentage. Eliminate the percent eliminated. So we know now that, and the next thing we do is just copy this and paste it here. Get another one. Do that. Next, we got 5 bumpers, so have to do it 5 times. So hard, yeah, like just like C++. Way, way same. Man, Unreal Engine just saved my life to do coding. Yeah. So 5 time, simple as that. Copy paste, no worries. And you see that it multiply already the number. It do. I mean, I can change it anytime. That's just mean nothing. But yeah, I can delete it. I mean, I can rename it whatever I want, but leave it like that. And now we got that sequence. Now it's the last step. So we already got this. We already got the sequence, the sequence of the lights and everything. And the last thing that we need to do is the point multiplier. So we got value here already that will be increasing, which is good. Now I need to compile this because you can see it's 2-0 here. It's because I changed it and didn't compile. It looked the color, but it's not. It's treating like a float. So let's compile this before we continue, just to prevent any error or something could happen. Who knows? So because now what we're gonna do is actually gonna do a micro to do multiply sequence real quick, and we can enter the number that we want, and like that, because every stuff that I have on the machine, it give you different points accordingly, whatever easy or hard to get, I do the points. So that's my analogy. I mean, uh, I think it's very relative to thinking whatever point you want to do. Uh, but because with Meg Wario, we're talking about civils. I don't want to get so crazy on points in the machines. And I mean, it's it's how I think is, and but this mod is gonna get crazy on points, I bet, because the way that it's been designed. So let's see now. We good. Everything compiled fine. Let's close this. We don't need this over here. And now let's go back to our switches and let's create a micro to, let's go start from the up here. So we start from top to bottom, and now we're gonna look the ramp when it get hit over here. We got extra civil, and this is what we do. So if we are not in killing the target, we multiply this. But if we are killing the target, this is our point here. So you can see here the big example. If we are doing a killing target, I give you more points. I give you 45,250. And when you're not killing any target, you just get that hit by lucky or you plan on it, whatever, you get a little more points. So yeah, on this one I give you 45 because you kind of aiming on that, and when you not aiming on that, basically I give you more. So yeah, I reward more when you do less stuff. so here is, so we what we gonna do now is, like, over here you can type whatever number you want, and that will add to the player that is playing already. So what you need to do is a micro that we do our math, and we can also change numbers. So because I can do a variable here and then change the variable, but if I do that, I will create so many variables for so many different points, and I don't want to do that. So I think the easy way is just come do a micro, call these T for tradition, and bumpers bumpers points points multiplier multi. Let's call it like that. So now what this does is we can do whatever we want here. Is basically a function or a kind of micro, the way that a kind of like kind of machine. I think that's the right term. I don't know if the right term, but I think it like that. And then what you do is what we need. It's what we can need to do. So over here we can do a couple things. We can say, you know what, I want an input, okay, and this input that we put here is gonna be an integer, and that integer we're gonna call it points, okay. So whatever points we got there, it will come through here, okay. And then we got an output that we're gonna call it point multi. That means that the point is already multiplied, okay. So like what we do here is what we are multiplying. We getting these bumpers players, okay, and we're gonna multiply this times this. So what we need to do is get this time this, and that's it. So basically, and this is output. Whatever we get, this is what we multiply this number to the point that we got. Is that hard? So let's compile these, And let's use it. Let's get what compile. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. After a million time. After 10 hours. Come on. Compile that thing. It's not much. It's just like 29,000 gigas that I'm doing on this. You know. Actually, the file is like 19 gigabytes already. I'm hardcoreing on this one. There you go. Good. So now we can go back to our switches and let's see if we did it right. Let's find that micro, the only one that I've been doing, and let's put it here. And look at that. We just first I'm gonna copy this number. Ah, I get inside there. I don't want to do that. Let's copy this number. Let's paste it here, and now we just plunge that there. So every time that we passing that, it will multiply time this time whatever the bumper is doing. I mean, if we are playing in other mode, it don't matter because we are in traditional one. And second, also if I use it in one big code, it will not matter either because basically we leave the first part to one and it will be the same one time whatever is the same. So that's what we do. So now we use this to here. Let's see, we got, oh, it don't work that way, so I have to put it first. Then we're just gonna copy the number and paste it here, and we just add there, and that's it. So we're gonna copy this, and we're gonna do the same thing over here. Let's get some space right here, and this one go here, the same number, same RAM, that's the next RAM. That's what we're gonna do. Now we're done with the RAMs. We got something for the spinner. Do we gonna multiply the spinner? Yes. So over here, where is my points? It's inside here. I think so. Let's see. Yeah. Wow. Look at this. Are we gonna multiply each one? I think so. Let's see. We can do this and do 300. Wow, this is gonna be a tense. I'm telling you. That's what I mentioned in the other video. That this is gonna be intense because we had to kind of do it in every one of this and in the other one as well. But I think that this part I can do it off the camera. So like that, you don't waste your time. Look at me doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And let's go back here and let's review. Let's talk about if we got anything else. But I will do that all this. It'll probably take me like 30 minutes, 20 minutes. It's not gonna be much. It's just copy paste to each point, and that will be taking care of the part of the multiplier. So let's review how much time I got. Yep, we got 43 minutes. The last video was 1 hour, and I don't feel proud of it. So I talk too much. So, but let's review this before I cut. And we got bumper sequence that the bumper sequence start and the beginning here. So let's start from the beginning. We got the set, the player. We set the player. Okay, nice. We got the bumpers, and we got this, and then we got the sequence, and we call the sequence of the bumper. Perfect. We start the bumper. So then I had to just turn off these, and also on the finish I had to put all the new things. So reset. So make sure everything reset with no problem. That's the only thing I had left, and put in all the points. So basically, we got that we got timer that we start by whatever bumper player is. We're gonna basically put the turn on the lights there, and we got the sound here for the progress as well. We got the update for the players, so every time if his player one is playing, it will update whatever this is getting to the players and whatever player bumper is to the player bumpers. So we save it for the next game, and then when we kill all the bumper, I mean the facility, the percenter, we will get percented back to 100, and then we actually multiply the points by 1, and that will basically work that in the micro here. So whatever point we put in times whatever bumpers number, it will be our output to our switches, and that is right here. So every time that this is get triggered, it will multiply the points, and the bumpers, when every time it's triggering, it will eliminate percentage like this, and that's it. Well, I think that's it for this part of mission, and we just have one mission left, so we complete mission start and end, and then we're gonna start with the widget, selecting mode, save score, and we should be ready for test. And I mean, obviously, I'm not expecting to work in the first time. I always have to go back to because I missed something. So hopefully I do it right and we make it work on the first time. So thank you for watching, and I see you next. God bless.